Oh, we gotta get some more. Oh, yes indeed. Stick around, ladies and gentlemen. We just knocked out shrimp étouffée. It is time to get you a pot. Heat it up. All right, so we're going to put this on a low heat because the first thing that we will be adding to this pot is butter. And if your pot is too hot, you're going to go burning that butter. Now, over at our prepping area, hey, how you like this little mat my wife got? Aww. It's time we get to chopping. So what we have here is 2 pounds of fresh shrimp, and it's more of a 150 to 200 count. I go with the smaller shrimp for shrimp étouffée. As far as our vegetables go, we've got 2 sticks of celery, a bunch of green onion, 1 green bell pepper, 1 red bell pepper, 2 yellow onions, and 6 cloves of garlic. And we go ahead and knock this out. Hiya! Well, that took a lot more work than I thought it would. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have since moved our shrimp to the refrigerator, and in this hot pot right here, we will get started by melting 2 sticks of butter, or in this case, 4 half sticks. You do the math. Get yourself melted. Once your butter has melted, you will drop in your lovely melody of vegetables. Beautiful. And you know, scoop that in. And now, we get stirring. At this time, we're also going to raise our heat up to probably like a medium level here, just to really get things cooking. Now that the butter has melted and the vegetables have been added in, we can monitor this safely. Okay, so to let you guys know, we won't be doing anything fancy here in comparison to the crawfish étouffée that I've made in the past. It's going to be very similar, just using shrimp. So starting out, we will saute these vegetables for roughly 30 minutes. At this time, we are also going to season these vegetables. We're going to start out with a tablespoon of your favorite Cajun or Creole seasoning. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And we go ahead and blend that around. Get that all mixed in evenly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it has been roughly 30 minutes here, so at this time, I'm going to attempt to move my vegetables to one side so that my butter can kind of drip down to the other side, where I will be adding some flour to get a little bit of a roux going. There we go. So at this time, I will add 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour, and then I will stir that around. Get it kind of blended in here. And once I've got it kind of creamy, then I'll add it to all of the vegetables. And there we go. Let's go ahead and blend that around. So we're going to be cooking this down for roughly another 30 minutes, or until we see kind of maybe a light brown color looking roux. Just keep moving it around here. This is where you kind of have to baby it. Look at this. As you guys can see, we got some nice browning here. I've gone about 40 minutes since adding the flour. You know, I wanted to get to more of this color, and it took me a little longer. But, hey, like I said, you kind of need to go at your pace. However long it takes you to get here, you keep stirring. At this time, I'm heating up 2 cups of water in the microwave. And what I'm going to do is add that hot water to this mixture once it's done. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to add our hot water here. A little bit at a time, too, so that way we can kind of break up the bottom there. There we go. And then just kind of blend all this in. It's going to make a nice creamy mixture here. And we want to kind of do this fairly quickly as far as breaking up the bottom and then getting the rest back in. So that way we don't evaporate too much water, which we're kind of already doing. Looking good. So go ahead and add the rest of it in. Bam. All right. Just kind of blend that around evenly. It looks beautiful. And you're probably going to have a little bit of a lighter color than you would with the crawfish etouffee because you're not going to have all the fats from the crawfish like you would in crawfish etouffee for your shrimp etouffee. But all in all, it's still a nice buttery looking sauce. This is beautiful. All right, so once you got a slight boil there, go ahead and cover it up, lower to a simmering heat, and let that cook for about another 30 minutes. And it's okay to come back and stir it once every 10 just to kind of break up the bottom. And at this time, go ahead and get started cooking some rice. Ooh, looking good. All right, that's really thick right now, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and add our shrimp in at this time. So I got my 2 pounds of shrimp here. I'm gonna slide it in. Bam. Get some of them shrimp juices. And then we're gonna blend those in. All right, now that we got those in there, we're gonna go ahead and cover it back up and just leave it on this simmering heat for another 10 minutes. And we'll leave it like that.
Yeah. All right, y'all, let's do a little run through. I'm gonna start it off humming. Home. All right, here we go.
Ooh. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is shrimp etouffee. And my house smells amazing right now. Well, I ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna go ahead and plate up. It smells so good. It has that great smell of really good fresh seafood, but that buttery aroma that you get from it being a butter sauce, And of course, all the vegetables in there give it its own aromatic flavor and smell. My mouth is watering. I cannot wait to dive into this. Étouffée is literally one of my favorite things to eat down here. And I'm sure I've said this in past videos that it's just such a unique flavor that the first time you have étouffée, you'll just be like, I can't think of anything else that tastes like that. It's an amazing, amazing dish. Oh, so good. So look, I went ahead and knocked out some shrimp étouffée because there were many people who were like, well, what about shrimp étouffée? What would you do for shrimp étouffée? Or they would say, do you have shrimp étouffée? And a lot of times I would send my crawfish étouffée video and say, here, follow this, use shrimp. But you know what? I feel like doing it and putting it on video, I could see how the process is a little different. So I'm glad we knocked this one out, and I'm not gonna talk you guys to death anymore. Let's go ahead and take a bite. Whew. I mean, look at how beautiful this looks. You guys see that right there? Ooh, man, I hope I got that good. Oh, thing of beauty. Oh. It's such a savory dish. You've got that great buttery flavor in there, but you got the kick from the spices of the Cajun Creole seasoning. We added a little bit of salt just to give it a little more flavor, because sometimes the Cajun or Creole seasoning, it doesn't have everything you want as far as the salt. Or sometimes you can have too much salt. So it just depends on what you're adding to the dish. But you can play around with just flavor by adding a little more salt, because if you add more of the Cajun Creole seasoning, you're gonna add more of the spice. And what we did there is it's beautiful. That little hint of cayenne pepper, which is not overpowering because it's a butter sauce, and dairy will cut down on the spice. So it's just this nice kick. It's really not that bad. At least I don't think it's bad. I know I have pretty high tolerance, but I feel like I could gauge somebody who doesn't have a high tolerance when it comes to spice. And the shrimp are cooked so good. They're super tender. The whole thing just melts in your mouth the second you start chewing. It's so good. Now, I gotta knock this out. And I can't wait to tear into that crescent roll either. I love to take that and kind of sop up the butter. I get that we on a carb on carb here, but you know what? Down here, we known for going carb squared, all right? So don't be alarmed. So good. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we have knocked it out. We officially have a shrimp etouffee video for your pleasure. So give it a try, let me know what you think, and I hope you enjoy. Once again, I thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Paya!
Man, that ain't no article, man. I know it's all good. I ain't mad, man. Man, turn that thing off, man.